Hello everyone, I'm Chris Hernandez and this is the Weekly Report, your look at news from the city of Kansas City, Missouri. Economic development in the West Bottoms takes another big step forward. The city has sold Kemper Arena to a company affiliated with the Fouch brothers, which will convert the historic structure into an amateur sports facility. And it now has a new name, Mosaic Arena. The sale saves the city more than $1 million in annual maintenance costs, plus a $10 million expense if the arena had been demolished. The new development will include a health clinic open to the public and is expected to spur additional growth in the neighborhood. City officials, community leaders, and neighborhood residents celebrated the opening of the Marlboro Community Coalition Catalyst Center. Watch how the neighborhood is moving forward as residents and the city work together.
Today we're celebrating the ribbon cutting for the Marlboro Catalyst Center. Working with the Marlboro Coalition, they said, can we have a space that we can call our own as a place for the community to gather and to work on the next community development or economic development initiative that affects Marlboro.
We put a lot of time and effort into doing the infrastructure, but it was also very important to build community. So that's what this piece of it represents, is a physical location for the community to come to get insight.
We're blending community development, economic development, and infrastructure revitalization all in the same area.
Well, we're doing it for us because we live here. We are invested. We know that other people are proud of their neighborhoods as well. They want to do like any other neighborhood in the greater Kansas City area.
We're here today to say congratulations to Marlboro and looking forward to great things coming in the future.
3, 2, 1, action!
Hi, I'm Audrey with the Kansas City Convention and Entertainment Facilities, bringing you news on upcoming shows and events at your city facilities.
Vocalist Shreya Ghoshal will be performing live with her symphony orchestra at the Kansas City Music Hall on Sunday, September 3rd at 8 p.m. Known for her illustrious Bollywood career, she has released over 16 studio albums and traveled the world, performing in some of the most prestigious venues. Tickets are available online at ticketmaster.com and at the Municipal Auditorium box office. Mama's Boy the Play is coming to the Kansas City Music Hall September 16th. This production stars Robin Givens, Jack A. Harry, Shirley Murdoch, Don Robinson, Gary Jenkins, nephew Tommy, and Anthony Brown. What happens when a mother holds on to her son too long? That's precisely what we'll learn from this all-star cast. For more information on this production, visit mamasboytheplay.com. Bring the whole family out to enjoy Fiesta Hispania 2017 at Barney Alice Plaza, September 15th, 16th, and 17th. This is a 3-day free event where you'll be able to get a taste of Hispanic foods and traditions from various parts of Latin America. Come and watch top Latin American performers on the main stage and peruse more than 75 professionally designed fiesta booths. For more information, visit kcfiestahispania.com.
To learn more, please visit kcconvention.com and click on the events calendar or call 816-513-5000.
Okay, you know, are you right? Yes, okay, you know. Hey.
These young men are part of the OK program that works with school districts and law enforcement. The Kansas City, Missouri Police Department is part of this national effort that focuses on African American males 12 to 18 years old. KCPD Deputy Chief Carl Oakman says the OK program is part of the department's mission to be involved in the community.
This program helps, one, improves the life of young people, at the same time addressing that stereotype that police have of young people as well as young people have of the police, and helping to in that perception, so we can have interactions based on reality, which overall can improve both sides of the relationship.
The program helps young men develop leadership and critical thinking skills, promote academic excellence, and reduce high rates of incarceration and homicide. Officer Garen Carter runs the OK program for KCPD.
These young men were just like me when I grew up. And so my heart and soul goes into this. It's not just your average, everyday mentor program. We talk about bridging the gap a lot of times in our community, and it becomes a cliche term. This is truly bridging the gap. An officer has to be at the helm. That's how this program is founded and ran. So as the coordinator, I am that officer. I solicit other black men to be mentors. We call them teammates because it's a team aspect. It's kind of like a football team, and you have all these components, but it doesn't work together just one person being on the field. And so all these men support me doing this. The thing that's fascinating about this is that the boys and the parents have 24-hour access to me. That's huge. I jokingly tell the boys you have your own police officer you can go to whenever you want to. So I've gotten those calls at 1:30 in the morning, at 2 o'clock in the morning, at 9 o'clock at night, where we sit down, or they call me because they're having their life crisis, whatever that might be, and I've left my house and I've gone to where they're at. And I've sat down and we've worked our way through these things, and these issues didn't occur overnight. It's not going to happen overnight that we fix it, but we start there.
On this day, the boys enjoyed a dance-off with a live DJ and special guest rapper I Love Memphis, or Richard Colbert, best known for his debut single, Hit the Quan. The boys gathered around and showed off some of their dance moves. On most Saturdays in several cities across the country, the OK program brings together young boys and African American adult male mentors.
We got to do something. At what point do we say enough? Enough. When you hear the word homicide, you think about somebody black. Enough. When our kids are not graduating from high school, enough.
OK mentors, or teammates, develop meaningful relationships with the boys by discussing challenging issues and sharing life experiences. 16-year-old Marcus Wright says he was considered one of the worst kids at his high school, but now says having Officer Carter as a mentor has changed his life.
Carter is like a father figure to me. I could call him up at 2 o'clock in the morning if I have a problem. He's there. He's just another father figure, basically. He helps me with school. We do a lot. He takes us on trips. He's just a role model. I look up to him. My father hasn't really been in my life, so for Officer Carter to come in and take someone that's not even his child and to love and care for him, that's a pretty big benefit to me.
You look bitty. You should work your hurdles. You an old hater.
The OK program model, which stands for Our Kids, has been in existence since 1990 and is now in 6 cities. On this weekend, men and boys from Little Rock, Arkansas to Kansas City, Kansas came to town. Today, OK program alums are PhDs, law enforcement officers, professional athletes, and successful businessmen. I'm Sergeant Matt Fisher. Have a safe week.
International Marketplace Taste and Tour happens on Saturday, September 9th, is supported by the Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund, and is a great way to experience some of the best that the Kansas City Historic Northeast community has to offer. Here to tell us all about it is the Northeast Chamber of Commerce President, Bobby Baker Hughes. Bobby, thank you so much for having us here today and for telling us about the event.
Well, thank you very much for inviting us. It's a really exciting event that we do on an annual basis. September the 9th at 5 p.m. we have our VIP session, and at 6 p.m. the entire party starts.
And where is it located?
It'll be held this year at the Don Bosco Community Center at 580 Campbell Street.
And it hasn't always been at the Don Bosco Community Center because it's grown this much. Can you give us a little background on when it got started and how it got started, the event?
Well, it got started about 7 years ago with a walk down Independence Avenue, visiting each one of the stores. And that international walk inspired many folks to think perhaps we could bring our great restaurants together into one location. And we did, and that was American Sons of Columbus the following year. And it was a magical event. We had so much fun and so much support that we thought perhaps this is something that we can do annually.
And in addition to the food that you mentioned, the restaurants, what else can people expect during the event?
So expect a lot of surprises, including music. We have lots of great traditional music and dancing. Many of the dancers that will be there are from Sudan, Nigeria, some Burmese dancing. There's just dancing from around the world. And new as of just last year, we've incorporated our International Marketplace World Bazaar. So on the veranda of the community center, you'll find product and handcrafted items from around the world to be able to not only purchase, but also hear the story as to what that particular item means to that culture and how it works into their heritage and their children's future.
How many countries do you think will be represented?
I think we'll have about 15 different countries.
And all of those countries are residents that live in the Northeast community, correct?
They're either residents that live in the community or people within the Kansas City area that they have established their businesses in the community. Many are four-generation families operating some of these restaurants and businesses.
And Masab is one example of the restaurants that will be sharing their cuisine with guests and attendees at the event. Can you tell us a little bit about Masab and their connection to the Northeast?
They started their restaurant on Independence Avenue. It's been about 5 years ago. And they create beautiful foods. And I mean, tasty, beautiful, and beautiful to look at. The presentation of such wonderful foods from two different worlds, two worlds that have kind of collided in a very wonderful, intentional collision of Caribbean and Ethiopian. And you just knew when we started working with them as a restaurant on the avenue that they were going to be a very successful restaurant. They have since moved off the avenue into a bigger, larger restaurant area at 3600 Broadway. And they'll be at the International Taste and Tour with some of their great cuisine.
How many people are you anticipating to experience such great cuisine and unique offerings?
I think we'll have 150 to 200 people, probably 80% of them from not within the historic Northeast area, because folks really do want to come out and try what they're not accustomed to. They want to learn, they want to hear the stories, they want to experience.
How can people find out more about the event and purchase tickets?
Check out our website, nekchamber.com, or call at 816-231-3312.
Well, thank you for sharing information about the event and for taking time to talk to us about it.
Thank you very much. Come and experience the world in the Northeast.
The Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund supports local nonprofits that bring cultural, social, educational, and recreational activities to our area. learn about additional upcoming events, visit kcmo.gov/ntdf.
I am very honored to be president of the Native Sons and Daughters this year. It's a very exciting. We're celebrating our 85th year this year. So the mission of the Native Sons and Daughters of Greater Kansas City is dedicated to the historical preservation of the unique and rich heritage of Greater Kansas City metropolitan area.
You know, basically try to understand that I love this city. I love this city. We have approximately 50 outstanding Kansas Cityans that we've honored. And we were sitting there 5 years ago and I asked, why? Where do we honor these people? Well, we got it in book. Where do we honor these people? Where do we honor the great people that made this great city? We don't have one. We're going to build one. So finally, here about 3 months ago, I went and talked to Troy Schulte and I said, tell me what we can do. He said, I'll put you on Independence Avenue and Paseo. I said, no, you won't. I'll put you at 135th Street. No, you won't. I said, I want to be right here. He said, you can't put it in City Hall. Right? Let's take a look out the window. I said, look at this park. The most beautiful park in Kansas City. The federal building's there, the City Hall's there, and we could put it right in the middle.
And as I began my journey to create the conceptual design for the monument, my thoughts were how to capture the essence of an area whose heritage extends back centuries, whose regional population today nears 2.5 million people, and it's comprised of over 60 ethnic groups. How to recognize early cultures, or to capture our role in the Western movement of our nation, or to recognize those leading businesses and entrepreneurs who created a diverse and stable economy extending back to the early 1800s that we so enjoy in our area. Or to capture the essence of that which has made Kansas City known as the heart of America.
I harken back to about 15 years ago in this park. It was kind of a chilly day in November, but it was sunny, like today. And we dedicated a statue and a monument to former Mayor Ike Davis. And of course that stands on this property just to the south. And I'm sure people have looked at that and enjoyed it now for the last 15 years. And this park was also a labor of love for the KC Park Board. Those who may remember, this was a parking lot and some old buildings and really didn't look very well. And through the leadership of the Park Board and then City Manager Bob Collins, the park became a park. And it transformed into a great piece of green space here in the heart of Kansas City, and I think we all enjoy it today and look on it fondly and the memory of Ike Davis and what this park means to our park system today.
It's been a circuitous route to get here today, but we're here, and I think this is a great spot for this memorial. It's going to be a great tribute to our city. As we all know, we all stand on the shoulders of the people that have gone before us. All of their endeavors, all their successes is where we start. And it's our duty, our job in life is to take that torch and go forward from there. So this monument will represent everything about Kansas City, the history, everything that has come before us, so we can come here and see that and learn about that, and then we can see and think about what can become.
So it seems only natural and right to finally tell the story of the people behind the stories. And that's what we are celebrating here today. Because it doesn't happen by accident. We don't propel the stories of this city generation to generation because we hope that they will be expressed by someone. Somebody in a group has to do it. And that is what the Native Sons and Daughters are all about. So I know that I'm one of the last speakers that keep the dirt from flying, so I'm going to stop there. But on behalf of Mayor James, on behalf of this City Council, and most of all on my own behalf, I thank you for the work that you do, that you continue to do, and what we are going to celebrate and build and celebrate again at just a few months from now. Thank you all very much.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
There we go. We've turned the dirt. We're started. Thank you so very much.
The city is beginning the process to purchase some properties along Indian Creek that have recently experienced historic flooding. City Manager Troy Schulte is also seeking FEMA funding to cover up to 90% of the costs. 6th District Councilman Scott Taylor and Kevin McManus also support a regional solution to the flooding since the creek flows into KCMO from Johnson County.
Councilman McManus and I are introducing a resolution to direct the city manager to work with FEMA and surrounding jurisdictions, including Johnson County, where the water is coming from, to find a regional approach on this issue. It's really a great opportunity to show the citizens on both sides of state line that we do work together and we can work together to make this a better resolution for all of us.
Spay and Neuter Kansas City is offering low-cost community pet clinics where you can get your pet vaccinated for rabies and microchipped at the same time for only $20. Additional services such as deworming can be bundled along with the basic package. A clinic takes place on Saturday, September 9th from 9 a.m. to noon at the Westside Can Center, which is located at 2136 Jefferson Street in KCMO. For more information, contact Spay and Neuter Kansas City at 816-353-0940 or visit snkc.net. Labor Day, of course, is Monday, September 4th. City offices and the 311 call center will be closed. Curbside trash and recycling moves to the holiday schedule, which means it will be picked up on the day after your regular trash day throughout the week. That does it for this edition of the Weekly Report. Follow us on social media via our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. To watch any of our locally produced Channel 2 programs on demand, go to kcmo.gov and search Channel 2. Follow that link to our YouTube channel. I'm Chris Hernandez. Thanks for watching and see you next time.